Good morning, fishy friends. Welcome to your morning's entertainment. Grab your croissants, pancakes, or Vegemite on toast and wake up to today's host, that buttery smooth groovy cat, Mr. Salem.
And they lived happily ever after. The end. That was nice. Well, hello there, and welcome to this morning's soothtainment. How was that starting in comparison to last time? We'll change it each time until we get it right, and then we'll stick with that for the whole thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this morning's entertainment. We're here again for reading times in a very reduced and different setup thing, which it makes it very difficult to do anything. And because this is a leather chair, every time I move it squeaks. But also to read chat, because that is all the way over there in a very, very tiny thing. But yes, we're back here for reading times because we unlocked the reading stream number 2, which is this one, which is where we read Goosebumps, book number 2, TikTok, You're Dead. So I was right for the past week when I was saying that. I'm pretty sure it was TikTok, You're Dead. It is. We last time got to do. We finished. We started. Again, we started like numerous years ago, number 1 of the Give Yourself Goosebumps series, which is the ones where we choose the options and stuff, which was Escape from the Carnival of Horrors. And we finally finished it, actually. But now how we do these out here is that we have 3 lives. 3 lives, and as we go through, we make the choices, and we try to survive whatever is happening, or we die. I mean, choose from over 20 different scary endings. But does that mean there's over 20 different scary endings which are bad, and then there's like 1 or very few that are not scary endings, and that's the good ending? I don't know. But that's the one we did last time, and we survived on our 3rd life. Our 3rd and final life we actually got through. Will we do that this time? Will we get through it with our 3 lives? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But I forgot I had to turn this back on. Now we'll do that in a moment once we fix up the lights. Because I didn't close the door while I was setting some stuff up in here properly, and so I came in here just moments before, and there were 2 cats in here, and one scurried out, and then the other one I didn't actually know was in here until I sat down, was about to start, and then I heard a noise, and then there was a cat. But he's not there now, because he jumped down. I told him if he stayed there, he could stay there, but he didn't stay there, so he couldn't stay there. So anyway, let me read a bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff. Whoa, so much stuff. Alrighty, congratulations, Colorfully Willy, on coming first. I hope you're going well and wonderful this afternoon. And congratulations, Viking, on coming second. I hope that you're well and wonderful this evening. Hi, Colorfully Willy. Hi, Viking. And good afternoon, Lena. I hope that you are well and wonderful this afternoon. Good morning, Salem. Hi, Lena. Hi. And good afternoon, Big White Bear. I hope that you are going wonderful and well this afternoon. Hi, Colorful Willy. Doop. Hi, everyone, and good evening, Bursty Chan. I hope that you're well and or wonderful this evening. Hi, Bursty. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Hi, BWB. Ooh, reading scream, right? Hi, BWB. Hi, Bursty. Oh, and we got a raid. Wow. Alrighty. Thank you very much, Cat Lady, for that raid. I was actually looking in your stream. I hope the diamond paintings and things went well. But I hope that you're well and wonderful this evening. And again, thank you very much for the raid. Very much appreciated. Hi, Viking, and good afternoon, evening, Hipsu. I hope that you are wonderful and well today. Hi, Lena. Hi, BWB. No, hi, Bwib. Hi, Busty. And a resubscription from Cat Lady. Thank you very much appreciated. 63 months. Oh boy, what a time. That's a long time. The length of time that is 63 months. That's the length of time. And it is a long time and very much appreciated. Hi, Raiders. Oh my gosh, like another cat lady just waded in, and now they are we subbing for 63 months of positive vibes. So much love for our magical cat. Hi Raiders, meows and hi. Hi everybody. Hi, colorful with it, like totally. I'm so ready for our magical cat sleepy story. Just hope they don't like try to blend up the whole fruit bowl for a pre-story snack. I haven't eaten today yet, but I have had my little dose of extra vitamin C stuff to help, with the healing of things faster. Because unfortunately, I have some not pleasantly placed ones at the moment, but also a horrific one further back in my throat. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk in a few days, but we'll see how that goes. I woke up to that one. I could feel that one. But yes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hi, cat lady. And then bump, 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 bump with the ditto on the keyboard. Alright, I need to go AFK for a bit, grab dinner, and so say hi to Salem for me, please. Might be back later. Alrighty, no worries. Again, thank you very much for that raid, cat lady. Very much appreciate it. I know you're not there now, but this is going out into the universe. It's like that whole, the secret you put out in the positivity things, and then the grandpa gives you the bike, or you end up with the house and the marriage and the kids and stuff like that. But instead, we're not going for all of stuff like that. We're just going for you to know that I am thankful for the raid, and we hope that you have a wonderful dinner. And so, and we look forward to seeing you next time, whenever that happens to be. See you, cat lady. Have a good dinner. And then mop, 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 mop. Today is reading stream, so we get secondary location, which is interestingly, actually, no, that's actually right. Yeah, because normal location is actually third location. Because we used, okay, technically this would be third and that's fourth, right? Because main location used to be at my computer stuff area. We can't do stuff there yet because I still haven't fixed up the computer. Secondary location would actually be the lounge where we did the Assassin's Creed streams with Dimitri when we started doing them. Third location would be here because I did a stream in here first before I ever did one out. Oh no, what about my kitchen? Oh, then that would actually be third. Okay, main computer area is first, second is lounge, third is kitchen, fourth is here, and fifth is out in the studio. Because I'd done all of these, but not how this was. It was very different when I first did one here, but that was before the studio was all fixed up and everything. Yeah. But in more recent times, if we just consider it to be recent times, then it would be second location, so secondary, yes. But it's not main location. Yes. At least not yet. Maybe things will change and main location will become out here. I have a bureau desk. We'll fold that down, we'll move that up and point it down, and then we'll just do a work along, co-working stream thing. And I don't know, you can watch me draw circles or something. Meowsant, are you awake this early? Awake as if I'm like totally on Salem's time zone. Duh, gotta make sure they don't try to blend up the fishy for a smoothie. Oh, once upon a time, nothing went wrong. The end. Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, there was an alternative of how that book was going to go, but we didn't choose that path, so that wasn't the start. I'm doing ellipses well. Better than the rest of the week, actually. Well, that is good to hear. but we hope that that changes to be something that is better to hear by it not just being better than the rest of the week, but for it to be best of the month, something like that. I slept like 10 hours. Wowzers. Or as Call of Willie says, wowee. And I have D&D today. Ooh, wowee. There you go. What did I say? What did I say? Oh, the OG location. I guess you could make this main location, but wouldn't the cats harass you? Yeah, I mean, their paws are underneath the door quite often. I say that, and then there's a paw under the door right now. But yes, you would have to get a cat cam. No, they don't stay still though, because there's so many of them. They run around, and if one's not running, then the others start running, and then they're all running, and yeah. And the problem is that this time period is like their wake up. It's time to shake up, and then why'd you leave the cats up on the table? Because they wanted to, and then it's just constantly cats doing cat stuff. Work along stream could be you building Lego. Oh no, see, because building Lego streams aren't productive streams. Yeah, no, that's um the thing with Lego streams is that it's only like 20% building Lego and 80% everything else. Which is why we did not. I mean, I actually have some of my big Lego sets up there in the wall unit that you can't see. If I turn the thing, you'd see it, but then you'd also see some books that you don't need to be seeing. I mean, those ones are fine to see, just not those ones underneath the Bugatti. But yes, anyway. Or organizing all your cards. Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing is that there's a couple thousand Magic the Gathering cards just sitting up there above that desk. So there we go. Good thinking. Good thinking, be right there. We could do that. Work along / organize, sort along. The thing is, I think I may have organized some of them, maybe at some point. They're all in 3D printed trays that I 3D printed. Each one of them took like 18 hours to print. There's so many of them as well. Wow. And I need like actually a lot more. I think there's an empty one though, so I could fill that up. But problem is it was like 18 hours for the drawers, but then for the drawer holders, that was like 28 or something like that. It was much longer. So I only have 4 of them. So I need more for the drawers. But anyway. That was his OG location. Out there at the computer with the Lego stuff, yes. Can't really do Lego here. I mean, with the bureau desk, I fold the thing down and stuff. I could do little things, but not real big things. I got a couple Lego sets up there. Got a couple Lego sets over there and down there. This is all my coin stuff. All my bullion. What you can't really see here is my little mini vault thing for my bullion. Then we got a bunch of figures over there. We got the Miku. We got the Miku pony. We got the pretty night princess pony. Not the day princess. The one that was like in episode 1 that was like locked in the moon, and then that other pony was like, oh, she's gonna break out, and no one believed her, but then she did break out. And then like with the power of like companionship or something, they defeated her. I don't know, something like that. I think there was another one. Oh, and I've got the Queen one actually. Yeah. And a whole bunch of other ones. There's a moon in there too. Anyway, yes, no, we're here for reading. I've already showed you the book. That's what we're reading today. So let's change the things around so we can start the reading. I keep bending down because I want to talk into this, but we don't need to be. Because I will be leaning back because I have to be reading the book. So hopefully you can still hear me enough. It just won't be in the same way as it is here. But this is not good for my posture. But yeah. All right. Let's get the stuff sorted for reading times. I did change the thing ever so slightly though, so I can see chat a little bit better this time than last time. All right. What am I doing? Here we go. Now we're starting roughly an hour later, I think, than last time. So we'll start to get lighter sooner. Now the question is, which side do we want? This one, I think. Here we go. Ooh. All right. We're setting the mood. But we need one more element. Because people are like, oh, we like it. Because it gives us something to look at. That's not you. Wow. Wow. That was Big White Bear. Wow. There we go. Now we have some visual stimulation. Could you be up higher? Maybe. You'll be fine. Right. Now, it would be so much better if this was over there, but there is no room, and because of how this actual microphone stand is done, it has a very large base. If I did move this big box, I could move it slightly over there, and then that would be more over that way coming in, which would be better than it taking all of this up, but hopefully it's still fine, and hopefully you can still hear me well enough. Alrighty. Get trapped in time. Give yourself goosebumps, ready to beware, you choose the scare. Number 2, TikTok, you're dead. I'm not going to even try with the glasses at the moment. I can feel it getting worse as well. Because it's like when you've got a sore throat, you've got that sort of scratchy sort of pain thing at the back of your throat. That's what it is. Except it's an ulcer. So we'll see how that ends up being tomorrow. Or even later today. Beware, do not read this book from beginning to end. Your little brother, Denny, runs off by himself in the huge Museum of Natural History building. You try to find him, but instead you discover the laboratory of the strange Dr. Pebbles. The scientist volunteers you to test his new time machine. Wow, you think. I'm going to be the first time-traveling kid ever. Then Denny runs right into the machine and vanishes. Well, your brother's not lost in the museum anymore. Now he's lost in time. You have to find him again. But where? In the distant past, where fierce dinosaurs roam, or in medieval times battling with knights and wizards? Maybe in the future, where robots rule over humans. Not the too distant future, though. The one thing you know for sure is you must find Denny in 2 hours, or he'll be lost forever. You're in control of this scary adventure. You decide what will happen, and how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1, then follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices. So take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1 now to give yourself goosebumps. Ooh, I need like spooky sounds. We don't have spooky sounds. That's like a good sound though. I can't hear it because of how the stuff's set out for this one, but yeah. Goosebumps is the OG Dark Souls. Now, what I actually noticed on this one was that it's actually got the thing on the back of it, which was from Albany's Gemini Book Sales and Exchange, secondhand bookshop in Albany, Western Australia. So I bought this when I was traveling around the country last, and when I was in Western Australia, which was in 2000, the year 2000. So I bought this back in 2000. So yeah, a long time ago. Secondhand. The book was done in 95. Yeah. But for how old it is still, even from now, it's still in not bad condition. All of the first like 20 or so, I think, of the Give Yourself Goosebumps had these, sort of holographic type covers and stuff. I mean, the first one, had that, woo, and then we got this one, woo. Excuse me. Wow, 30-year-old book. Oh yeah, I mean, because yeah, right. There you go. Crazy. How am I gonna? It's not crouch forward though. What a crummy vacation. You, your little brother Denny, and your parents have come to New York City for Christmas vacation. You thought you'd get to do a lot of cool things, like visit the Statue of Liberty, ride to the 102nd floor of the World Trade Center, and ice skate at Rockefeller Center. Instead, your parents are museum freaks. It's entertaining, your mom says, as she drags you into the Museum of Natural History. It's educational, your dad declares, as he shows you a collection of ancient pottery. It's boring, you say, but no one listens. And the worst part is that you're supposed to be in charge of your little red-haired brother Denny. Only Denny doesn't want anyone to be in charge of him. You're not the boss of me, he keeps saying. You follow your parents through the Museum of Natural History. At first it is kind of interesting. You really like the dinosaurs. Wait till you see what's in this room, your mom cries. Go to page 2. Oh, no choices yet. I wonder if we're going to have a first choice like last time. Like, just leave. Just turn around. And then it's like, no, you can't just turn around. You have to go in there and have an adventure. You rush to the next room, expecting something exciting, but your mum is standing in front of a sundial. Isn't this wonderful? She exclaims. An exhibit on time. Great, you think. A whole room full of clocks. I mean, I've only got 4 in here, but actually 6 if we count, the one down there and the one on my wrist. The one down there's my phone, but it's not really a clock, but anyway. Then Denny gives you a karate kick in the back of the leg. Ow, you cry. Stop it. You're not the boss of me, he says smugly. Yes, I am, you reply, punching him in the arm. He whines and complains to your parents. You can't win. I'm thirsty, Denny says now. You can see he's eaten almost half a bag of gummy bears in less than a minute. Can you find a drinking fountain for Denny, dear? Your mum asks, without taking her eyes off a grandfather clock. Come on, you grab Denny's hand. But Denny pulls away and runs off down a hallway. You follow him. The hallway twists and turns. There's no sign of either Denny or a water fountain. But near the end of the hall, you see a sign on a door. Warning. Dangerous experiment inside. This door must be kept locked at all times. Dangerous experiment? What does that mean, you wonder? You notice that the door is slightly open. Oh no, Denny must have run in here, you think. You push the door open wider and peek in. There's no sign of Denny. A tall, skinny man with long, white hair tied in a ponytail is bent over a computer. The computer is hooked up to a big, strange-looking clock. Between the computer and the clock is a large square contraption that looks like a picture frame. You can hear the computer and the clock beeping and pinging. They're running and skating and sliding up and down the hallway. It's about time you got here, the tall man says, straightening up. I'm Dr. Pebbles. You must be the volunteer. Actually, you start to say, I'm looking for... There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles interrupts. I'm ready to start the experiment. Come on over. Well, Here, he says. He places a chain around your neck. On the end of the chain is something that looks like a stopwatch. It's flipping Flavor Flav. Or was it the other one that had the watch, the clock? A very, very odd stopwatch with a complicated-looking dial and 4 big knobs. Are you ready? Dr. Pebbles asks. Oh, we get a choice here. Wow, how long until we get a flipping choice? Ready for what, you ask? Why, to travel in time, of course, he replies. You'll be the first human in history to use my traveling chronometer. Chronometer, you echo. What's that? He points to the stopwatch around your neck. I don't have time. No, I don't have time, you start to say, but he interrupts again. Of course you have time, Dr. Pebbles goes on. It doesn't matter how long you remain in the past or future. When you return to the present, it will be the same moment that you left. It will be as if you weren't gone at all. How does this work, you ask, pointing to the stopwatch. It's easy, says Dr. Pebbles. Press the button on the left side to travel to the past. Press the button on the right for the future. To return to the present, press the top button and the bottom button at the same time. cool, you think. What if this guy's invention really works? Traveling in time would be awesome. There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebble says. I'm ready to begin the experiment now. Hurry to page 5. You think for a moment. Dr. Pebbles obviously believes you're someone else, but a trip through time sounds like a lot of fun. More fun than staring at crummy old bowls all day. And since you'll return at the exact same time you left, you'll still be able to find Denny and return to your parents before they know anything is wrong. On the other hand, Denny can get into a lot of trouble very fast, and your parents will blame you if anything happens. Make a decision now. Do you want to travel in time, or should you look for your brother first? If you choose to volunteer for Dr. Pebble's experiment, turn to page 71. If you think you'd better stay and look for Danny, turn to page 62. All right, are we going to volunteer for the experiment of time travel, or are we going to be like, no, we are going to be a responsible older sibling, and we are going to look for our red-headed brother, Danny? All right, now, chat. Woo. It's a good thing I can't read, Denny thinks. Me texting my cousin Denny, as you keep saying Denny. Do we really want to save Denny? Hi, Red, and good afternoon, Red. I hope that you're well and wonderful today. And no, a little terror like that can run away all he wants. Hi, Viking, go without him. Volunteer, I guess. Let's be an experiment. Okie dokie. 71. We're volunteering. I'm ready to travel through time, you tell Dr. Pebbles. Good, the white-haired man replies. He punches some numbers into the computer keyboard. The computer starts to hum. The square doorway between the clock and the computer fills with a strange shimmering glow. The chronoport is almost ready, the scientist says, pointing to the frame. I only need to adjust. But before he continue, you hear pounding footsteps. You turn to see Denny racing towards you. Denny, you cry. He's heading straight for the chronoport. You can't go in there. You're not the boss of me, Denny yells. He runs straight through the glowing frame. There's a soft pop before he... Well, that wasn't soft. There's a soft pop. There's a soft pop. There we are. Before he disappears completely. Oh no, Dr. Pebbles cries. He went before I made the final setting. If you don't bring him back within 2 hours of real time, he'll disappear into timelessness forever. You grab Denny's hand. Whoops, hold up. Wrong page. 47. We go back. Can't just go to the flipping next page. Ignore that. We did not grab Denny's hand. There we are. What? You cry. You stare at the scientist. Your parents are going to ground you for life if you lose Denny. You'll have to travel in time to find him, Dr. Pebbles tells you. I'd better make those adjustments to the chronoport so you don't disappear into timelessness too. You stare at the scientist as he fiddles with the time machine. You can't believe it. This guy's really serious. When you find your brother, Dr. Pebbles goes on, you must be touching each other before you use the chronometer. Otherwise, the device will bring only one of you back. No problemo, you say. But where did Danny go? The future or the past? There's no way to know whether he's gone forward in time or back, Dr. Pebbles replies. You'll have to guess. You touch the chronometer round your neck. It begins measuring real time the moment Danny disappeared. Already the seconds are ticking by. You have to decide, are you more likely to find Danny in the past or in the future? Travel to the future or go to the past. We going to the future or are we going to the past? Where are we going? All right, where are we? Dr. Pebbles is married to Dr. Bam Bam. Ah, gotcha. That's a good one. BWB. Ah, oh, well, Danny is lost forever. But I want to grab a hand. Someone, give me a hand. Pilot. There you go. Now you're shaking hands. Hello. Excellent. And then there's some pause. Clapping. Kids like dinosaurs, so I'm guessing past. Past? Past? Just remember though, he didn't get to choose. He just ran through the thing, so it could have gone anywhere. But, alrighty. So we're going to go to the past. I mean, you can't travel to the past, obviously. Time travel goes forward, not backwards. Oh, future. But it's time travel. Travel can go north, west, south, east. Past is just a different dimension of that. Alright, so more people said past, so we're going to the past. I'll look for my brother in the past, you tell Dr. Pebbles. Fine, the scientist replies. He punches another set of numbers into the computer. Now step right through the chronoport, Dr. Pebbles instructs you, and good luck. You approach the shimmering frame and enter it. You feel a strange tingling sensation. Everything appears hazy, as if you were underwater. A second later, you see two paths ahead in the mist. Wow! At the end of the left-hand path, you squint to see a tall stone castle in the distance. A knight in shiny armor on a white horse rides towards it. At the end of the right-hand path, there's a swamp with tall, strange-looking trees towering over it. Among the trees is, can it be, a dinosaur? Which path did your brother choose? Ah, okay, so he went through the thing. Now, he could have gone to he could have gone future, he could have gone past, but whichever one, then there were options. So now he would have chosen the thing if he did come into the past. Which brother did you go to? Which one will you take? Quick, decide. If you think Danny ran towards the knight, we go to a page. If we think he checked out the dinosaur, we turn to a different page. So this could be now tracking with what Colourful is saying. I can time travel, but only into the future 1 second at a time. Oh, he's a witch. Burn him. Or he's a scientist. Well, I mean, basically the same thing, right? Magic, sorcery, and everything is just unexplained science. And I hope that you're well and wonderful this afternoon, Lit. He turned me into a newt. I got better. Dinos, dinosaur, dino. Alrighty. We've got to go all the way back. Way back. Denny loves dinosaurs. There we go. You decide to explore the swamp where you saw the dinosaur. You're sure Denny went that way. As you move toward the swamp, tall, fern-like vegetation surrounds you. Your feet sink into the thick, mucky water. Through the trees, you can see huge shapes moving about. Real dinosaurs. Cool, you think. This is just like Jurassic Park. Only better. The dinosaurs are red, blue, green, and lavender, as colourful as birds. Some dinosaurs are the size of dogs and cats. Other dinosaurs are bigger than the house. They're all munching on leaves and weeds. You're about to move closer when a tremendous noise shakes the ground. The trees sway as the rumbling grows louder and louder. What's happening? You peer through the giant ferns toward a grassy plain. Your eyes grow wide. You can't believe it. Lumbering towards you is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Whoa. The huge Tyrannosaur towers over the other dinosaurs. It's bigger than you ever imagined. Its teeth are as long and sharp as carving knives. The enormous creature lets out a roar as it crosses the grassy plain. You freeze. Your heart pounds in terror. The other dinosaurs all start to run away, but one, who is grazing on ferns, is slower than the others. The Tyrannosaur easily catches up to it and tears off the small dinosaur's head in one bite. Then the Tyrannosaur swings its head and stares straight at you. You take off as fast as you can. The Tyrannosaur follows closer and closer. Ahead, there's a swampy patch of land. You race towards it. Something small is sitting in the middle of the swamp. It's Danny! Oh, Colourful Willy was right. But what's he doing? Why isn't he moving? You glance back over your shoulder. The dinosaur is still right behind you. Danny, you call out. Run! I can't! He yells back. I'm stuck in quicksand. Oh no, you gotta help your brother on page 110. You reach the swamp and grab Denny's hands. With all your might, you pull, but Denny is completely stuck. You pull Denny again. This time, he panics. He grabs wildly at you. The chronometer flies off the chain around your neck and into the mud. Now the Tyrannosaur is only a few yards away. Its terrible face is so close, you can see its sharp, pointed teeth and smell its hot, stinking breath. The dinosaur roars, shaking the nearby trees. You yank Denny one more time with a loud plop. He's freed from the quicksand, but now the Tyrannosaur is only a few feet away. It opens its mouth wide and stretches its fierce claws towards you. Frantically, you look around for the chronometer. You've got to get back to the present, but there's no trace of the stopwatch. It's been sucked into the mud. Should you try to dig the chronometer out of the muck, or try to run away from the Tyrannosaur? Which will you choose? If you decide to dig for the chronometer, we turn to a page. You think you can escape the Tyrannosaur? Turn to a different page. Alrighty, so we're going to dig for the chronometer while the Tyrannosaurus Rex is trying to chomp us, or do we try and just get away from the dinosaur? There are two options. Get that clock back. Get that clock back. Alrighty. Dig for the chronometer. Locates thingy. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 6. You've got to find the chronometer. You stick your arm deep into the quicksand. You feel around with your fingers. Nothing. Suddenly, the Tyrannosaurus Rex lets out a roar. You plunge both hands into the quicksand. Beside you, Denny drops to his hands and knees to search too. You sift frantically through the mud. The dinosaur comes closer and closer. He reaches out one claw. Then he lets out a tremendous sound. It's a burp from his earliest feast. A gigantic burp as loud as an explosion. The force of the burp knocks both you and Danny over. The two of you pitch forward right into the quicksand. Oh no, you're both being pulled down. Down, down, into the quivering muck to meet the end. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the first life gone. Wow, wow. So that was kind of quick. You just killed us pretty quickly, but we found Danny. So at least there's that. But we didn't get back to the present. So now we are both lost. Well, we're not both lost. We're going to die. They're going to find us encased in, I don't know, whatever the stuff turns into. Limestone? Turn to limestone. In the future, which is the present, which could be the past of the present, though. And then your parents are at the museum, and then they see, we don't know what happened, but we don't know what happened in the past, but look at these two kids that were encased in some sort of stony stuff. They look like modern kids, but they're like back from dinosaur times. Ha ha. And your parents looking at like, whoa, look at these silly children. But they're not your parents anymore because they never had children. Well, no, they would have had to. It depends on what thing of time travel we're working with here, because there's different theories, right? So they still would have to have been your parents. Or it could be a separate one where they no longer are your parents because it is a different timeline that is created. Anyway, we're dead. So that is one of our 3 lives gone. So I hope people remember the choices we made. Gosh darn autocorrect clock thingy. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, gonna cause a butterfly effect for the future, thinking they found the missing link or something. Crone thingy was a good answer. But, now we've got to go all the way back to the start and start again. With life 2. Life 1. Big experiment. Got a pass. Got a dinosaur. Try to grab the chrono clock thingy. Fantastic. Can I? I think I can. Okay, there we go. All right. What a crummy vacation. We gotta go a bit faster. This one's like 5 pages before we make a choice. What a crummy vacation. You, your brother Denny, and your parents have come to New York City for Christmas vacation. You thought you'd get to do a lot of cool things like visit the Statue of Liberty, ride to the 102nd floor of the World Trade Center, and ice skate at Rockefeller Center. Instead, your parents are museum freaks. It's entertaining, your mum says, as she drags you into the Museum of Natural History. It's educational, your dad declares, as he shows you a collection of ancient pottery. It's boring, you say, but no one notices. And the worst part is that you're supposed to be in charge of your little red-haired brother Denny. Only Denny doesn't want anyone to be in charge of him. You're not the boss of me, he keeps saying. You follow your parents through the Museum of Natural History. At first, it is kind of interesting. You really like the dinosaurs. Wait till you see what's in this room, your mum cries. You rush to the next room, expecting something exciting, but your mum is standing in front of a sundial. Isn't this wonderful, she exclaims. An exhibit on time. Great, you think. A whole room full of clocks. Boring. Then Denny gives you a karate kick in the back of the leg. Ow, you cry. Stop it. You're not the boss of me, he says smugly. Yes, I am, you reply, punching him in the arm. He whines and complains to your parents. You can't win. I'm thirsty, Denny says now. You can see he's eaten almost half a bag of gummy bears in less than a minute. Can you find a drinking fountain for Denny, dear? Your mum asks, without taking her eyes off the grandfather clock. Come on, you grab Denny's hand, but Denny pulls away and runs off down a hallway. You follow him. The hallway twists and turns. There's no sign of Denny, either Denny or a water fountain. But near the end of the hall, you see a sign on a door, warning dangerous experiments inside. This door must be kept locked at all times. Go on to page 3. Dangerous experiment? What does that mean, you wonder? You notice that the door is slightly open. Oh no, Denny must have run in here, you think. You push the door open wider and peek in. There's no sign of Denny. A tall, skinny man with long white hair tied in a ponytail is bent over a computer. The computer is hooked up to a big, strange-looking clock. Between the computer and the clock is a large square contraption that looks like a picture frame. You can hear the computer and the clock beeping and pinging. It's about time you got here, the tall man says, straightening up. I'm Dr. Pebbles. You must be the volunteer. Actually, you start to say, I'm looking for... There is no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles interrupts. I'm ready to start the experiment. Come on over. Well, here, he says. He places a chain around your neck. On the end of the chain is something that looks like a stopwatch, a very, very odd stopwatch, with a complicated-looking dial and 4 big knobs. Are you ready? Dr. Pebbles asks. Ready for what, you ask? Why, to travel in time, of course, he replies. You'll be the first human in history to use my traveling chronometer. Chronometer, you echo. What's that? He points to the stopwatch around your neck. I don't have time, you start to say, but he interrupts again. Of course you have time, Dr. Pebbles goes on. It doesn't matter how long you remain in the past or future. When you return to the present, it will be the same moment that you left. It will be as if you weren't gone at all. How does this work, you ask, pointing to the stopwatch. It's easy, Dr. Pebbles says. Press the button on the left side to travel to the past. Press the button on the right for the future. To return to the present, press the top button and the bottom button at the same time. Cool, you think. What if this guy's invention really works? Traveling time would be awesome. There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles says. I'm ready to begin the experiment now. You think for a moment. Dr. Pebbles obviously believes you're someone else, but a trip through time sounds like a lot of fun. More fun than staring at crummy old bowls all day. And since you'll return at the exact same moment you left, you'll still be able to find Denny and return to your parents before they know anything is wrong. On the other hand, Denny can get into a lot of trouble very fast, and your parents will blame you if anything happens. Make a decision now. Do you want to travel in time, or should you look for your brother first? Alrighty, here we go. First choice again. Are we going to volunteer for Dr. Pebble's experiment, or are we gonna stay put and look for Danny? Plot twist: the Doctor is actually Salem from the future. Mm-hmm. No, I know how. I wouldn't let a kid go through time. I wouldn't let anyone go through time. That is way too dangerous. Oh boy. Because while things may be not great right now, they could be absolutely horrible and terrible. You have no idea how different they could be, and they could be even worse. Or in some things, it could be better, and sometimes that's actually worse. Oh boy. Oh boy. No. Alrighty. Let's see if they give illusion of choice. Brother, look for Danny. And then find out he's in the machine already. Volunteer. Look for Danny. Alrighty, so we've got more for looking for Danny, so we'll go for looking for Danny. If you think he's better say look for Danny, alright, let's look for Danny. 62. Are you serious? Would you really rather look for your brother than take a trip in time? Well then, you're reading the wrong book. Goosebumps readers only have time for adventure. Take a minute and think it over, then go back to page 5 to choose again. You think for a moment, again. Dr. Pebbles obviously believes you're someone else, but a trip through time sounds like a lot of fun. More fun than staring at crummy old bowls all day. And since you'll return at the exact same time you left, you'll still be able to find Denny and return to your parents before they know anything is wrong. On the other hand, Denny can get into a lot of trouble very fast, and your parents will blame you if anything happens. Make a decision now. Do you want to travel in time, or should you look for your brother? Alrighty. Are we going to volunteer for Dr. Pebble's experiment, or are we going to stay and look for our brother Danny? Wow, the book called us lame. You don't know what future you will do. Volunteer. I guess we're going to volunteer. I wonder if every single one has a thing like that. But anyway, alrighty, we're going to page 71. Alright. I'm ready to travel through time, you tell Dr. Pebbles. Good, the white-haired man replies. He punches some numbers into the computer keyboard. The computer starts to hum. The square doorway between the clock and the computer fills with a strange shimmering glow. The chronoport is almost ready, the scientist says, pointing to the frame. I only need to adjust. But before he can continue, you hear pounding footsteps. You turn to see Denny racing towards you. Denny, you cry. He's heading straight for the chronoport. You can't go in there. You're not the boss. You're not the boss of me, Denny yells. He runs straight through the glowing frame. There's a soft pop before he disappears completely. Oh no, Dr. Pebbles cries. He went before I made the final settings. If you don't bring him back within 2 hours of real time, he'll disappear into timelessness forever. What? You cry. You stare at the scientist. Your parents are going to ground you for life if you lose Denny. You'll have to travel in time to find him, Dr. Pebbles tells you. I'd better make those adjustments to the chronoport so you don't disappear into timelessness too. You stare at the scientist as he fiddles with the time machine. You can't believe it. This guy is really serious. When you find your brother, Dr. Pebbles goes on, you must be touching each other before you use the chronometer. Otherwise, the device will only bring one of you back. No problemo, you say. But where did Danny go? The future or the past? There's no way to know whether he's gone forward in time or back, Dr. Pebbles replies. You'll have to guess. You touch the chronometer around your neck. It begins measuring real time the moment Danny disappeared. Already the seconds are ticking by. You have to decide, are you more likely to find Danny in the past or in the future? Alrighty, are we going to travel to the future or are we going to go to the past again? Ho ho ho. Are you serious? Future. Okay, we're going to go to the future. Seems safer? I don't know. I mean, we're 30 years on from when this was done, and I don't know if the world's safer now than it was then, but yeah. Future, alright, we're going future. Page 16. Alright. I think my brother went to the future, you announce. I hope you're right. Dr. Pebbles punches another computer key. Are you ready? Step through the chronoport. You enter the glowing frame. As you move through it, you feel a strange tingling sensation. One more thing, Dr. Pebbles calls out. His voice sounds far away. Before you can return, remember. What? You cry as his words fade away. What was he saying? Ahead of you, in the mist, are two scenes. A big, futuristic-looking city with small cars flying around like planes. Another view seems to be of New York City. You recognize a few buildings, like the World Trade Center and the Empire State Building. As you watch, a small red-haired boy who looks like Danny disappears behind another tall building. But is it really your brother? Make a decision. Is Danny in the strange city? If so, we go to a page. Or is the red-haired boy in New York? Or is he the red-haired boy in New York? Find out on a different page. All right. Are we going to the strange city with the flying plane cars? Are we going to New York City with the World Trade Center and the Empire State Building? Oh, Glob, I just realized. Forget him. Future. This book is 30 years old. I wonder how far in the future we will go. Well, perhaps not that far in the future from when the book was done. Because maybe it's now in the past. I mean, flying cars. A strange city. Alrighty, we're going to go to the strange city. And before the flying car, city says 2025. 101. 10 p.m. for me. I'm switching you to mobile and going to lie down too. Alrighty, no worries. Hope you have a good lie down and rest and relaxation. And close those eyes and get some nice, smooth, simmering, slumbering sleep. 101. You decide to go forward toward the futuristic city. All around you are buildings made of shiny metal and glass. Cars with wings fly above your head. The streets are empty and clean, with no litter, not even a gum wrapper. Is this New York City in the future? It certainly looks different from the one you're visiting in the present. You're about to start looking for Denny when a hand closes on your shoulder in an icy grip. Human, a hollow-sounding voice says, you're under arrest. Hollow-sounding. You whirl around, gripping your shoulder is a shiny metal robot with a policeman's badge. Okay, well, human. There we go. Welded to its chest. The robot's face is expressionless. It's holding something that looks like a laser gun. No wonder everything is so clean and quiet, you think. The city is run by machines. Don't you know that humans aren't allowed out in the streets? The robot demands. I come from another place, you quickly reply. I don't know your rules. Please give me another chance. That's for the judge to decide, the robot says. Come with me. That's hollow. We're going with Robo Voice. 8-9. I can actually do voice changes with this thing. I don't know what they sound like, though. It'd be too difficult constantly turning it on and off. You follow the robot into a big glass-walled building. He leads you to a courtroom. A shiny robot dressed in black sits behind a tall desk. The judge, you realize. You are accused of appearing in the streets, human, the judge says. How do you plead? Guilty, Your Honor. You say, all right, you're honest. But I didn't. Silence, the judge cuts you off. There are no excuses. For punishment, you may have your choice. You will be sentenced to school or to the zoo. School or zoo? What kind of punishment is this? To find out, make a choice. Alrighty. Are we going to get sentenced to school, or are we going to go to the zoo? What are we going to pick for our punishment? Pardon me. AI taken over. Figures. On the Jetsons, the robots were nice. Most of them, I think. I think there were some that weren't very nice, but yeah, because like the maid was a robot, I believe. School. We're gonna go to school. Oh, that's flipping punishment. School. All right. Page 9. I choose school, you tell the judge. The robot policeman drags you off to another room in the same building. You are surprised to see that it's a regular classroom with wooden desks, a blackboard, and a computer screen, and a computer center. There is also a metal box the size of a closet standing in front of the room. The desks are all filled with human students about your age. We will continue the quiz now, the teacher says in a hollow voice. Anita, what is the capital of Ulaanbaatar? A girl stands nervously. I don't know, she stammers. Then you must enter the familiarizer, the teacher says. The girl bites her fingernails as she goes to the front of the room. She climbs into the metal box. The teacher slams the door shut and presses a button. I'm assuming the teacher's a robot. The box hums, then glows bright green. When the door swings open, you gasp out. The girl is gone. Jackson, the teacher goes on, as if nothing has happened. What is 43 million divided by 7.645328? A tall, pale boy stands up. He doesn't answer for a moment, then shakes his head. I don't know, he says. Go into the familiarizer. The robot commands. Slowly, Jackson walks to the front of the room. He steps into the box. A moment later, he, too, is gone. Oh, it's not familiarize, it's the familiarizer. Familiarized. You watch in horror as your classmates disappear one by one. In a moment, it will be your turn. You've got to do something, and do it fast. You could use the chronometer to leave the future, but you haven't found Danny. On the other hand, you've always done well in school. Maybe you'll be able to answer the teacher's question. Here we go. Answer the teacher's question. We go to a page. Or use the chronometer and go to a different page. What are we going to do? We aren't animals. Is that the Chokey from Matilda? Worse. Math? Answer. Oh, alrighty, we're going to answer the question of the teacher. Run. 133. See, back in these days as well, people didn't have the internet on their phone because, one, most kids did not have phones. No kids had phones in 95. No kids had phones. And two, the internet was not on the phones, any phones. And three, 95, pretty much no one had the internet then either. Most people didn't start getting the internet until like 96. 95 was like you had to be real cutting edge family there to be having the internet. 95, yeah. So anyway, so people reading these books now, maybe it'll give a question and people just whip out their phones and beep, beep, beep. Oh, that's cheating. Don't do that. 133. All right, here we go. The teacher turns to you. Stand up, the robot orders. Nervously, you stand. You hold your breath as the teacher starts to speak. This is the moment. Can you answer the question, or will you be familiarized? No, well, there is there. Familiarized. Familiarized. Here we go. The ancient British wizard Morgred used a magic spell to travel in time. The spell made use of 3 magical objects. What are they? Morgred? He was the wizard in the Goosebumps book, A Night in Terror Tower. Normal Goosebumps book. There we go. You remember him because you're a kid that reads Goosebumps. But can you remember the answer to the question? If you can't, you'll have to guess. Think carefully. The answer. Are the 3 objects a pin, a pipe, and a potato? If so, we go to a page. Or are the magical objects 3 white stones? Is that your answer? Oh, here we go. Okay, so what was the question again? Ancient British wizard Morgred used a magic spell to travel in time. The spell made use of 3 magical objects. What were they? Was it a pin, a pipe, and a potato? Or was it 3 white stones? Chronometer, Danny dead. Chat just killed us. Wow, a cameo. I think they actually do that a couple times in some of them, reference other actual Goosebump books. Wow, they really want us to have actually remembered. Well, it was, to be honest, it's probably a Goosebump book that probably came out like the year before or something. I like to believe it would be the 3 different objects. Can you check that other book? Well, I don't have that. I don't have like any of the normal Goosebump books. I only ever got the Give Yourself Goosebump books. But there probably would have been kids back in those days that would have had them, and then they would have been able to run off, get their book, and check it if they didn't remember. But back then, kids reading books, they'd be able to remember things. Kids those days, they were built differently. Not made out of the same material. We're like, what, flesh 1.3C. They would have been flesh 1.2B. Check the internet. No, don't check the flipping internet. That's cheating. That's not the point of this. So we go on the 3 different objects. I think that was the only thing anyone said. I believe 3 different objects. Alrighty, so we're going to 103. The 3 objects are a pin, a pipe, and a potato, you tell the robot. Wrong. The teacher thunders. You know the penalty for a wrong answer. Now step forward. You start toward the familiarizer. Slowly you feel for the chronometer around your neck. Before you can press any buttons, the robot snatches it away with its magnetic claws. No tricks, the robot says. Now enter the familiarizer. There's no way out now. As you step into the strange metal box, your heart sinks to the bottom of your toes. You're a complete failure. You haven't found Denny, and you couldn't answer the teacher's question. Then again, you're about to become the first kid you know to be familiarized. The end. There we go, and we're dead again. Boom. That is our second life gone. We have 1 life remaining. Are we going to be able to do it like last time? And, survive on our final life? It's got to be all or nothing, I guess. We got to be riding it on the very final one. But that is our second life, and we are dead. Well, you must have it. 3 white stones is boring. But yeah, there we go. So congratulations. We got killed again. So who killed us the first time? Viking killed us the first time. Colorful Bully has killed us the second time. So let's start all over again. Alrighty. And we'll try to go a bit faster. Told you we were dead. What a crummy vacation. You, your little brother Denny, and your parents have come to New York City for Christmas vacation. You thought you'd get to do a lot of cool things like visit the Statue of Liberty, ride to the 102nd floor of the World Trade Center, and ice skate at the Rockefeller Center. Instead, your parents are museum freaks. It's entertaining, your mum says as she drags you into the Museum of Natural History. It's educational, your dad declares as he shows you a collection of ancient pottery. It's boring, you say, but no one listens. And the worst part is that you're supposed to be in charge of your little brother, redhead brother Denny. Only Denny doesn't want anyone to be in charge of him. You're not the boss of me, he keeps saying. You follow your parents to the Museum of Natural History. At first it's kind of interesting. You really like the dinosaurs. Wait till you see what's in this room, your mum cries. You rush to the next room, expecting something exciting, but your mum is standing in front of a sundial. Isn't this wonderful, she exclaims. An exhibit on time. Great, you think, a whole room full of clocks. Boring. Then Denny gives you a karate kick in the back of the leg. Ow, you cry. Stop it. You're not the boss of me, he says smugly. Yes, I am, you reply, punching him in the arm. He whines and complains to your parents. You can't win. I'm thirsty, Denny says now. You can see he's eaten almost half a bag of gummy bears in less than a minute. Can you find a drinking fountain for Denny, dear? Your mum asks without taking her eyes off grandfather clock. Come on, you grab Denny's hand, but Denny just pulls away and runs off down a hallway. You follow him. The hallway twists and turns. There's no sign of either Denny or a water fountain, but near the end of the hall you see a sign on a door warning of dangerous experiments inside. This door must be kept locked at all times. Dangerous experiments? What could that mean? You wonder. You notice that the door is slightly open. Oh no, Denny must have run in here, you think. You push the door open wider and peek in. There's no sign of Denny. A tall, skinny man with long white hair tied in ponytails bent over a computer. The computer is hooked up to a big, strange-looking clock. Between the computer and the clock is a large square contraption that looks like a picture frame. You can hear the computer and the clock beeping and pinging. It's about time you got here, the tall man says, straightening up. I'm Dr. Pebbles. You must be the volunteer. Actually, you start to say, I'm looking for... There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles interrupts. I'm ready to start the experiment. Come on over. Well, here, he says. He places a chain around your neck. On the end of the chain is something that looks like a stopwatch. A very odd looking watch with a complicated looking dial and 4 big knobs. Are you ready, Dr. Pebbles asks. Ready for what, you ask? Why, to time travel, of course, he replies. You'll be the first human in history to use my traveling chronomancer. Chronometer, you echo? What's that? Chronomancer. He points the stopwatch around your neck. I don't have time to, you start to say, but he interrupts. Of course you have time, Dr. Pebbles goes on. It doesn't matter how long you remain in the future or the past. When you return to the present, it will be the same moment as then you left. It will be as if you hadn't gone at all. How does this work, you ask, pointing to the stopwatch. It's easy, Dr. Pebbles says. Press the button on the left to travel to the past. Press the button on the right to travel to the future. To return to the present, press the top button and the bottom button at the same time. Cool, you think. What is this guy's invention? What if this guy's invention really works? Traveling in time would be awesome. There's no time to waste, Dr. Pebbles says. I'm ready to begin the experiment now. Alrighty. You think for a moment. Dr. Pebbles obviously believes you're someone else, but a trip through time sounds like a lot of fun. More fun than staring at crummy old bowls all day. And since you'll return at the exact same time you left, you'll still be able to find Denny and return to your parents before they know anything is wrong. On the other hand, Denny can get into a lot of trouble very fast, and your parents will blame you if anything happens. Make a decision now. Do you want to travel in time, or should you look for your brother first? Well, we know if we choose to not travel in time, we get sent back to this page, so... I'm just going to go. We're volunteering. I'm ready to travel through time, you tell Dr. Pebbles. Good, the white-haired man replies. He punches some numbers into the computer keyboard. The computer starts to hum. The square doorway between the clock and the computer fills with a strange shimmering glow. The chronoport is almost ready, the scientist says, pointing to the frame. I only need to... But before he can continue, you hear pounding footsteps. You turn to see Denny racing towards you. Denny, you cry. He's heading straight for the chronoport. You can't go in there. You're not the boss of me, Denny yells. He runs straight through the glowing frame. There's a soft pop before he disappears completely. Oh no, Dr. Pebbles cries. He went before I made the final settings. If you don't bring him back within 2 hours of real time, he'll disappear into timelessness forever. What? You cry. You stare at the scientist. Your parents are going to ground you for life if you lose Denny. You'll have to travel in time to find him. Dr. Pebbles. You'll have to travel in time to find him, Dr. Pebbles tells you. I'd better make those adjustments to the chronoport so you don't disappear into timelessness too. You stare at the scientist as he fiddles with the time machine. You can't believe it. This guy is really serious. When you find your brother, Dr. Pebbles goes on, you must be touching each other before you use the chronometer. Otherwise, the device will only bring back one of you. No problem, you say. But where did Denny go? The future or the past? There's no way to know whether he's gone forward in time or back, Dr. Pebbles replies. You'll have to guess. You touch the chronometer around your neck. It begins measuring real time the moment Denny disappeared. Already the seconds are ticking by. You have to decide. Are you more likely to find Denny in the past or in the future? Turn to the future or travel to the future or go to the past. What are we going to do? Whew. Alrighty, where are we? Alrighty, life 1. Be experiment, go to past. Go to dinosaur, try to grab the chrono clock thingy. Dead. Life 2. Go find Denny. Book calls us lame. Be experiment. Go to future. Go to flying city. Go to school. Pin pipe and potato. Dead. Ho ho. Remember to breathe. Why don't ya? Thank you very much for the hydrate. I got my water here. I got my reading water. My study water. Ooh. Breathe, please. Travel in time. Well, there's no thing there. Travel. We could make Salem go into a loop. Past. Can't get in trouble if you erase him. Alrighty, so we're going to the past. I'll look for my brother in the past, you tell Dr. Pebbles. Fine, the scientist replies. He punches another set of numbers into the computer. Now step right through the chronopod, Dr. Pebbles instructs you, and good luck. You approach the shimmering frame and enter it. You feel a strange tingling sensation. Everything appears hazy, as if you are underwater. A second later, you see two paths ahead in the mist. Wow! At the end of the left-hand path, you squint to see a tall stone castle in the distance. A knight in shiny armor on a white horse rides towards it. At the end of the right-hand path, there's a swamp with tall, strange-looking trees towering over it. Moving among the trees is, can it be, a dinosaur? Which path did your brother choose? Which one will you take? Quick, decide. Alrighty. If you think Danny ran towards the knight, we go to 93. If we think he checked out the dinosaur, we go to 11. We gonna go to the dinosaurs again, or are we gonna head towards the knight in the castle? Excuse me. Knights. Ooh, gonna go a bit different then. Alrighty. Where are we? 93. You take off after the knight on horseback. The enormous stone castle stretches toward the sky. Flags fly from its turrets. You imagine living there. Cool, you think. Suddenly, you notice that the knight has disappeared. Where did he go? You hurry over a drawbridge, which stretches over a moat. The moat surrounds the castle. The sound of thundering hooves breaks the silence. The knight is returning, at full speed, and now he's holding a spear and pointing it at you. Hey, you call out. I'm not your enemy. I'm a visitor from the future. Yeah, right, flipping calm down. But the knight doesn't pay attention. His horse gallops faster and closer. The tip of the knight's spear gleams in the sun. Oh no, this guy's pretty serious. Are you ready to face him, or should you jump into the moat below, even though you're a terrible swimmer? All right, we're going to face the knight, or we're going to jump into the moat. Jump. Face him, knight. Oh. All right, we've got 2 going for the knight, 1 for the jump. Alrighty, we'll face the knight. 22. If only you'd taken swimming lessons when your mum wanted you to. You decide not to jump into the moat. You face the knight and his spear. Right before he reaches you, the knight reins in his horse. Who are you, stranger? He demands. I'm a visitor from the future. I'm searching for my brother. No one enters King Ruthbert's castle unless he can meet the challenge, he replies. What challenge, you ask? You must fight me, his noble defender, in a duel, the knight says with a smirk. The loser will become food for the king's crocodiles in the moat. Good thing you didn't jump. Crocodiles in the moat? Good thing you didn't jump in after all. The knight dismounts and pulls a bag of weapons from his saddle. You see a spear, a sword, a spiky chain, and a huge wooden club. Here, you may choose your weapon, he says. This guy really wants to have a duel? Well, the knight says impatiently, choose! Choose your weapon, go to page 84. We don't get to choose yet. Right. As you reach for a weapon, you notice an apple tree planted alongside the moat. Suddenly, you have an idea, and it's just what you need to put a chink in this knight's armor. I choose the club, you tell the knight, but we'll duel according to my rules. Very well, stranger, the knight says. He hands you the club. See that apple tree, you say. Pick one of the apples and toss it towards me. I'll hit the apple with the club. Then I'll throw an apple for you to hit. Whoever hits the apple furthest will win the duel. A strange challenge indeed, the knight grumbles, but I accept. Last year, you were the best batter on your baseball team. Now you're hoping your batting average will pay off. Can you beat the knight at baseball? To find out... Oh, fish. To find out, we got to flip 2 coins. Anyone got 2 coins? I do not have 2 coins around me. I mean, I do. I got my bullion ones, but I got to move things around, so we're not doing that. Someone needs to flip 2 coins. If both coins come up the same, whether it's heads or tails, if both flips are the same, we go 1 page. If one coin comes up heads and the other comes up tails, we go to a different one. So someone quickly flip 2 coins. Google will flip for us. Oh, there we go. Let's ask me, Alpha, is it? No, I think Google does have a coin flip thing, yeah. I can't do it on this because if I do, it might crash the thing and then the stream ends. So, Alpha, flip 2 coins. Enemy Alpha? Let's see. Because that'd be handy because then it'd be... Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, Willie, are we like totally trusting Salem's choices with these coins? What if they like chose to save Danny and get us stuck in the past with dinosaurs? I'll flip them, but like it's all on them. Okay, that does not help. I got 2 tails. All right, fantastic. Coin came up the same for both of them. The knight takes the club and holds it awkwardly. This should be easy, you think, as you pick an apple. You throw it to him. A fast pitch. To your surprise, he hits it, but the apple only flies a few feet. Whew. You'll never be able to beat that, the knight says. We'll see, you reply. He's never seen you play ball. You grip the club tightly as the knight picks an apple. He winds up, then tosses it towards you. You keep your eye fixed on the shiny red ball as it soars through the air. You shouldn't have any problem hitting this baby. You reach back with your bat and start to swing. Then the bat connects with empty air. You missed. Wait, you cried. Let me try again. Sorry, the knight says. You can't change the rules. But the crocodiles are happy. The knight picks you up in both his arms. It's past their lunchtime. You start to reach for the chronometer, but it's too late. You're falling into the moat. Below you are a dozen snapping jaws. Too bad, batting champ. You've struck out big time. The end. Oh boy. There we go. Third life, and we got chomped and beaten and eaten up by crocodiles. Wow. Wow. If we die, it's on me this time. Wow. You just killed us way too quickly this time. I mean, the second one went a little bit longer, but they were still relatively quick. And that's our third life gone. Oh, dear. RNG. I think we aren't meant to survive. No, like you can get out of them, and there's like not just one sort of this is going down. That's why I'm leaning further and further down, because this is ever so slightly, because the weight of it, it slowly sinks. But no, each book you can get out. I think we should go again and get Salem stuck in a loop of saying we're gonna find the brother over and over. Told you that we should have jumped. So the book calls us lame like 20 times. The thing is, though, right? You know, because we didn't get out of it, does that mean that when we do book time next time, reading time next time, we have to do this one with 3 lives until we get out? Or do we just move straight on to the next one? We only went for an hour and a half. We can't just get an extra life. We can't do that. We can't change the rules. We tried to change the rules after flipping we missed. How could we miss? Wow. If you actually save what we did, we can stay with the same book. Yeah, the problem is that I'd have to have the stuff up for when I'm reading and going through it. And that's difficult. I don't want to do that. Think. I suppose what we could do is, can you for funsies read all the outcomes? No. I mean, you have to go through the book and do it, and that wouldn't be fun because you'd just be like, you can't just read every page. To do all the outcomes, you'd have to actually, read the book and take every option, which is actually why I've got like a lot of the pages dog-eared. So from when I was reading the book like 20 years ago, and there's a page with an option, and I'm like, oh, I don't know which option. I'll do the thing so I could go one option, go that path, and then if I die or I succeed or whatever, I go back and I do it again. But that's why the book's actually got several things, because you'd make one option, go through a thing, add another option, and so on and so on. But yeah, so you kind of can, but like you can't just like have a look at what each ending sort of actually is just straight up. But yeah. What is the name of this one? So this is number 2, TikTok, You're Dead. I'm adding what we did to mod chat. Dog earring pages? Yes. I hate bookmarks. Extra little things sticking in and sticking out. I mean, I used to have one way back, but you can't do bookmarks with books like this because you'll have like flipping 15 things sticking out. That's why you just dog ear the pages. Much easier. And because they're soft covers. If it was a hard cover, you wouldn't do that. But yeah. Fair. But yeah. Question. Did it matter what side the coin landed on? Or was it just to the same? No. The option was if it comes up to the same of either heads or tails, or if it was 2 different ones. Yeah. And not like 2 heads, 2 tails, or whatever. No. There was only the 2 options for the page. Either the coin shows 2 of the same, or one or the other. Okay, cool. But yeah, well, that means that I suppose because of reaching the goal for the thing specifically was to do the next book, which is number 2, which is, well, I mean, for the Give Yourself Goosebumps one, TikTok, You're Dead. It means that we can do this one again and we don't need to reach another goal for it because each goal will be a different book. So that can make sense. So we can stick with this book until we've completed it. But each time will be 3 lives. So yeah, all right, that makes sense. That works, I think. I mean, everything's still set up here. Oh, but that means I can't take the camera out of here and to do card stuff until we've finished the flipping book. What's today? Today's Monday morning. All right. Well, I wasn't going to be doing card day today anyway. Fish. He's going to make me get up early again tomorrow. So I'm going to have to be back here tomorrow this time. I mean, not now. Earlier, when we started. Oh, wait, no. But this is the morning. Well, how about we do the nighttime one? Because this is evening for the Europeans. What's an evening for the Americans? That's in like 10-ish hours or something, yeah? Let's say it's 7. Eight hours maybe. In 8-ish hours. Okay, cool. Life 3. Big experiment. Go to pass. Go to night. Duel the night. Flip coins and got 2 of the same coins. We lose. Dead. Added to mod chat. I'm sure Pongy will be confused. Why can't you just make it a weekly thing or something? Because the problem is that this is the camera that I use for when I do the card stuff, which means that I have to then, when I'm doing the card stuff, it's got to go out there. And then I'd have to, and the constantly moving back and forth of it. Because of how heavy it is not something I really want to be doing. That's why I was going to wait until after we'd done this to take it out there to do the card stuff, because then I'd leave it out there and then we'd be doing the painting stuff on the weekend. So it'd still be out there and it could just stay out there for the extended period of time. Because who knows how long we might be stuck in this book. Well, I might come back tonight for this. So I might be back in like 10-ish hours or so. I'll figure it out. But so it's closer to more of a American evening, because we're European evening roughly now. So we'll go for perhaps an American evening, and we'll try again to see if we can get this. Yeah. That might work. Maybe. Hopefully. Because we need to survive before we go on to the next one, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's not that big of an issue if I do have to pull it out. It's just, it is a hassle because I do have to unplug things and everything. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. I can feel my... Get up. Stop doing that. See, if it was over there, it wouldn't need to be sticking out as long as well. Actually, because I could pull that back, it'd be fine. Fish would be better. But yeah, the sun is up. Well, I mean, clouds are covering it and stuff, but the sun is up somewhere. But that's it for the reading. For the moment. Yeah. Let me see if... I don't think I can. But this one might go ever so... in comparison to, like, the other ones. Maybe not. I don't think this is... unfortunate. Alrighty. Oh no, now you need to... There we go. So yeah, well... I'll be back tonight. And we'll do it again. Yeah. Like I said, in like... maybe, yeah, between 8 to 10 hours, hopefully I'll be back. So we won't be doing Nikki today then. We'll just be back with reading, and we'll hopefully get out this book, and this book gets done. Hi Salem, hi Kalafuli, hi Kuro, bye Kuro, nice mood lighting. Oh, you're in here just in time, Kuro, you missed it. Everybody killed us. Viking killed us first. Colorful Woolly killed his second, and then BWB killed his third. All our lives are gone. But don't worry, because we'll be back in, like I was saying, between 8 to 10 hours. Because, yeah, we need to get through it so I can move the camera out, so I don't have to move it back in for a while again. But yes. Hakura Havage, I hope that you're well and wonderful this afternoon. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go back to sleep. I didn't kill us. No, that's right. I mean, you still were a part of the choices, and it's team effort. Team effort, so... Yous all killed us still. All of yous were a part of it. Yes. So I'll be back later tonight-ish. Well, I mean, it'll be like not night for me. It'll be afternoon, but anyway. We'll be back with that again, and we'll try and get through. And yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It's good that I'm so close to the microphone. It's just bad how far forward I am crouched over. Anyway. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this morning. Very much appreciated. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the time happens to be for you. I'll be back tonight, this afternoon, nighttime for some of you, morning time for some of you, very early morning time for some of you, with the same book, and we'll hopefully survive. So say hi to your mum for me, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Hello, Gingerbread Salem. I see you have a banana threatening me. Well, ease up. Ease up. I mean, I find that quite inappropriate, Colorfully Woolly. You know, well, first of all, my middle pocket banana is not threatening. It's very thin. It's long, but it's soft. It's not threatening at all.